Let's cross now to Istanbul and talk to our Russian affairs analyst, Maria Beat there. So, Maria, from the press conference and from the talks before the closed meeting talks, we heard from all three and we heard similar tones when it comes to territorial integrity, combating terrorism on all levels and paving the way for Syrian refugees to go home. But there are some divisive issues there to tackle. We can sense that as well. So why is Idlib so important when it comes to this peace process?
Well, first of all, Idlib is one of the de-escalation zones that were nominated back in 2017 by the Astana 3 guarantors. And, well, actually 4 zones, because 3 are completely finished almost a year ago. And Idlib still remains the zone that is not demilitarized yet. So if you talk about some kind of resolution of the Syrian crisis, it's important to have stability all over the country. So Idlib is quite a thorny issue because well, there is ongoing tensions between the Syrian regime forces and the radicals inside the Idlib zone, and also Turkey is not always successful in eradicating the radicals from the zone, and Idlib is rather in the vicinity of the Russia airbase in Latakia, so Russia feels disturbances from the Idlib province, and this is what really irritates the Russians.
Well, when you are exactly saying what Putin emphasized there about Turkey putting more pressure in that region, Turkey's another concern is the 400,000 civilians who are based there, and to make the difference between the civilians and the terrorists, and that it has a border of 910 kilometers long, a terrorist corridor. So do you see a way to put those differences aside when it comes to the national security of Turkey?
Well, they have definitely to come to terms on the issue, because there is no way to move further if they don't decide on the issue. I'm on the impression that Turkey and Russia are doing their best to compromise, and Russia is not pressurizing Turkey to move as fast as possible. On the opposite, Russians keep saying, well, Turkey, we appreciate your concerns, we appreciate that the situation in Idlib is very sensitive, but on the other hand, well, please, this is according to the memorandum that was signed in September 2018. This is the zone of Turkish responsibility, so please do something about the radicals, but please also take in consideration the interests of the civilians, because you are absolutely right. There are so many displaced persons from different regions of Syria who moved to Idlib, basically fleeing away from the war. So it's a very thorny issue, and the situation is far from simple. But it has to be resolved one way or another.
Well, thank you very much for that, Maria Beat, Russian affairs analyst.